guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a very long time since I have filmed a video, but I am back and I'm ready to give you guys an update on how far I've come in this transition. I've obviously changed so much since all my last videos. My hair is one big thing. It has grown so much, and thankfully that was like maybe one of the biggest things that really lowered my confidence. And I wish I could have talked about this stuff in my older videos, but I was so caught up in the fact that I wanted to be a beauty guru when I couldn't do it because I was not a happy person at all. I couldn't focus my attention on that. So I really want to turn this channel into a page where I can put all my videos on here to document for myself. I want to look at this in the future and just see how far I've come. I've already grown so much. I've changed so much as a person. I'm so thankful for the life I was given. It's just been a really long journey and I'm really excited to share it with you. It's not exciting, ooh, roses, and it's just everything's coming up roses, perfect. No, it's been a really tough journey, and I think it's a story that people need to hear so they can learn. I didn't see that when I was coming out. Not a lot of people posted about that. There probably was, but I just didn't see it. I was too caught up in watching the GGs of the YouTube community where it was just about being glamorous and being, caked in makeup, and that was what made you feel better, when really it's not. Especially when you are a male to female, you have to really learn how to feel comfortable with the body that you're given. I'm really happy with how I look before. I think I perceive better as a woman. I'm really thankful that I don't have to get a lot of surgery to change. I really like my face. I just like the shape of it. It's not very masculine at all, and that's something I'm really thankful for. So yeah, I just want to start from the beginning. About 2 years ago, about 3 days after my 15th birthday, I decided to come out publicly as trans. I was out to my mother for years. She has known for a very long time that I felt this way. My dad, I think he kind of knew. My mom probably talked to him about it, but I was ready to come out. My parents didn't want me to come out. That was not something they were ready for, but I decided on my own terms that I was ready to come out to the rest of my family, friends. I had a couple of friends that knew, of course, but it wasn't very public. I was too scared to talk about it, especially I live in Utah and that's not accepted here. People might say they're accepting, but no, they're not. I had a really awful experience in high school, and we will get into that, but coming out was not easy, and I really wish I would have done it differently, but I did it, and there's nothing I can change about it. I came out on Facebook. I was laying in bed. It was 3 in the morning. I was up really late, laying there, bawling my eyes out, and my mom came to my room, and we just talked about it, and we just decided that we were going to take the next step, and it was going to slowly bring me into being a woman. So it's going to be, the very first thing I decided to do was get my cartilage pierced, which is just such a little thing, but it was just a lot for me at the time. And then I started buying more feminine clothes. Then I decided later that night that I needed to come out. I needed to release the stress off my shoulders that I was carrying. It was so much pressure on me. It made me really depressed, and that's not something I talked to my parents about. They didn't know I was depressed. They just knew that I felt like I needed to become a woman to be happy, and that's not the truth. I really needed to. I just needed help mentally. It was a lot. I have suffered with anxiety my whole entire life, but depression really hit me later, especially as a teenager. Going through puberty and just knowing and seeing more masculine changes than female, and it's really disappointing when that's not what you want at all, but it's inside and you can't really say anything about it. It's hard to explain. You have to be trans to understand what I'm saying. But it was a really tough experience in the very beginning, especially I didn't look very feminine. 2 days after I came out, I was throwing on makeup. I was 10 feet in cake makeup, just really heavy. It wasn't very feminine and pretty. I didn't dress very feminine. Well, I did, but it wasn't just casual feminine. It was like super provocative. I wanted to look like that. And I just thought being a woman was about being more sexual than like delicate and feminine, which is something I've learned throughout this whole transition. But yeah. Before I went to high school, well, I was a sophomore in high school. I was just about to become a sophomore. I had that summer to prepare myself for school. So I was taking vitamins to grow my hair out. I was, buying a bunch of clothes, figuring out how to fit in as a new person. I did not want to be known as trans. I wanted to just fit in with school. I wanted to get done with school. So that summer, I thought I'd grown. I thought I'd become super confident in myself. I thought I'd grown to love myself, but I didn't. I just got even more and more depressed. And then school came around. I pretended to be excited, which I thought I was for sure, but I really was not. And that first day of school I went in, and it was just the most disappointing experience. I went to a school that's supposedly accepting of people like me, when actually I was not accepted at all. And teachers wouldn't call me by the right name after I talked to them about it. They wouldn't do it. Students were giving me a really hard time. There was a bunch of people in our particular class that wouldn't call me Lana, and I really struggled with that. I wasn't ready for that. I dealt with it with my parents, but it was different when you're in a public scenario and there's people around you that you don't know, and you just feel so exposed and vulnerable. So that night I came home and told my mom I didn't want to do it anymore. I couldn't do school. So I started doing online school, and boy, I was not ready for that. Online school, you kind of have to force yourself. You have to apply yourself 100%. And I didn't. I was too focused on my transition. And I really fell apart mentally. I got really, really depressed and suicidal. I didn't know what to do. And one night I kind of just blew up in front of my parents and told them I was going to kill myself. I didn't want to live here anymore, be alive on this planet anymore. I was done. I hated being trans. I hated being their child. I didn't want to be here. And that's when we all decided that I needed to seek help. So I started seeing a therapist. It was working, but it wasn't like really opening a door to happiness for me. So I went to a doctor, and I went to the doctor originally for estrogen, and that was very big for me. It was getting on estrogen, which I'm so glad I'm on it now, but I wish I could have gotten on it earlier. It would have changed me even more. But that doctor didn't want me to do estrogen. That doctor wanted me to do antidepressants, just be on a bunch of them. I was on two. I was on an SSRI called citalopram, and another one called Wellbutrin, and those two threw me around. I was even more suicidal. It was dangerous. It was to the point now where you normally have a suicidal thought and you're like, no, you don't want to do that. And on medication, I was ready to kill myself. I had nothing left to live for, and that's what that made me feel like. So about a month later, when I went back to a doctor's appointment, I told her how I felt, and we immediately decided that I had to be off the medication. I couldn't do it. So then I left that doctor, and just for about 2 years now, I've been living, after that, I just kind of chilled. I didn't really do anything with school. I just wanted to find myself, and I did. I eventually found out what I wanted to be in life. I wanted to be a makeup artist in the beginning, but I don't know why I want to do that. Now I just want to be an advocate and fight for my people. There's not a lot of people that do that, especially in today's age. It's just so sad to see what's on the news all the time. I want to make a difference. So that's something that's helped me. And getting a job, that has genuinely helped me. I have a full-time job. I work every day. I deal with customers every single day. It's a little coffee shop, and that has helped me. Interacting with people, it's just helped me. I dealt with a lot of trauma at that job, of course. You're being trans, your life is never going to be easy. You have to find a way to get through it, and that's something I've had to learn. I thought as soon as I put on makeup and put on women's clothes, I thought I'd be accepted by everyone. But that was really dumb to think, because that's not the truth. You have to put yourself out there. Ugh, just too much with that job. But I'm still there today. I've been there for a year. Yeah. You know, thinking of it now, not a lot has happened, but mentally, so much has happened. I have grown so much that I'm ready to continue documenting. I started estrogen a couple days ago. I'm on estrogen, T blockers. I haven't noticed, of course you're not going to notice a physical difference in 2 days, but definitely mentally, this whole entire time videotaping, I've been trying not to cry. It's been making me really emotional. All day at work today, I was an emotional wreck. I just couldn't keep it together. That, and then I felt really nauseous this morning. I read that on the package, and I really think it was placebo, that I was going to feel nauseous. So yeah, my doctor, she has been so great. We met a few days ago, and she has put me on the right path. She gave me a pamphlet with everything I needed to know about this transition. I have how to get my name changed in the state of Utah, the little gender mark on your license, how to get that changed. Same thing with your passport, the SRS surgery, or sexual reassignment surgery, I'll just say that. She was really abrupt with that. I was not expecting that, because normally that's not even like, you don't think about that for a while. That's the end of your transition. But she was throwing it out there at me. She's like, are you prepared for this? This is just around the corner if you are ready. Have you been? She thought I was on estrogen already. I guess I have a really feminine face, which I was really thankful for. Thanks. But yeah, so I plan on doing that soon. Electrolysis to remove the hair down in that area to make the surgeries a lot easier. So yeah, it's been great. This month has just been an eye-opening experience. I went back to high school after dropping out. I'm going to an adult high school, so you kind of work at your own pace, but I plan to graduate in 2018. I just want to get this over with so I can move on in life. I want to go to college. So yeah, I'm really excited to bring back my YouTube channel, and I'm going to document this whole entire thing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you. Bye.